Hey everyone, so for today's video, I just wanted to describe some of the struggles I've had as a military spouse. Now, there are a lot of benefits about having a spouse in the military, and I am in no way complaining because there are so many great things that come along with having a spouse in the military. But then there's some things that you just don't think of or realize really happens. The first thing, I was actually warned by my sister about this one, is it is extremely lonely. My sister, her husband was in the Air Force, so she did tell me about how military life is really lonely. So first of all, you're moving away from where I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Right now I'm currently in Virginia. Before here, I was in Chicago, Illinois. So you're moving around a lot. You leave your family, your friends, everyone behind, and you just pick up and start a new life elsewhere. So everywhere you go, you gotta try to make new friends. And there's some things that definitely help. Like on the base we're currently on now, they have different days. Like they have a library on base, and they have book reading days for the kids and all that. So it's nice. Like it's on Thursdays at 4:30. They read a book and do a craft. So you meet some other spouses that have children, and that's nice. So it is nice. You do get to know people, but once you become close with someone, who knows? They might be leaving soon. You might be leaving soon. So that's definitely a hard aspect of it. And part of it also is I don't really see my spouse. He's currently in schooling right now. He went from being in school in the morning from 7 to 3 to being in school in the afternoon from 4 p.m. to midnight. And then they just switched him to overnight. So he's had 3 changes within this month. And him being in school overnight, I know most people are usually sleeping at night, but I've been having a lot of trouble sleeping because since my husband's in school all night, he comes home and he goes to sleep. So we do have a 2-year-old, and I am up with my son. So I do a lot of the cleaning and everything at night because whenever I am not paying attention to my son, I feel guilty. So it's like I'm up most of the night cleaning, I get some sleep, husband comes home, he goes to sleep, and I'm up taking care of our son, which again, not complaining at all because none of this is his fault or anything. And it's just stuff you got to get used to. So he sleeps most of the day, and then he wakes up, gets ready for school, goes back to school. So I really don't see him a lot. I haven't had an experience with deployment yet. He's only been in the Navy for a year today, actually. So I haven't experienced that yet, but I'm sure I will have another talk with you guys whenever that does come. So another thing is you never know where you're gonna be. So my husband, whenever he got his orders to come here, he was only supposed to be here for 16 days. That's what they said on the orders. Everybody in Great Lakes said, it's like, oh, that doesn't seem right. But he got confirmed that it was correct, but we come here to find out it is not correct. We found out it wasn't correct. He was, like I said, supposed to be here 16 days, and then we were supposed to go to San Diego. Well, they put in an order modification, and they're like, okay, you can't have your furniture brought down to here until the order modification is in, which was no problem. They're like, okay, that's whatever. Well, he finally got his orders, and turns out we're not going to San Diego, at least right away. From here, we are going to Mississippi, and they are not letting us get our furniture until we go to Mississippi. So at this point, it's like, do I buy new furniture or do I rent furniture? We're only going to be here until April, I believe it is, but he is going to be sent to San Diego for 2 weeks, and then down to Mississippi. Another part of this whole order mess up, whenever it was only supposed to be 16 days, I was to drop them off here. My son and I, we were gonna go up and hang out in Pittsburgh with my family for those 16 days before we moved to San Diego. And the whole furniture moving thing is just one big mess. But it was no problem. Drop them off, go see my family, and then head to San Diego together because we're only about 5 hours from Pittsburgh right now. So in San Diego, since I am pregnant, I had a doctor set up there for whenever we went to San Diego. I'd be prepared, have the doctor, find a hospital to have the baby at and everything. Well, yeah, like I said, plans changed because now we're here. It took me forever to finally get a doctor here. I did miss my 20-week anatomy scan because of, again, you never know when your spouse is going to have to leave. My husband was supposed to watch our 2-year-old while I went to that appointment, and this was in Illinois. And he ended up having to be on base for something. So I tried to put my son in his stroller, gave him his tablet, gave him some snacks, had a mask on him, and they're like, no, can't see you, not happening. I'm like, please, I am moving in a week. Can you guys please, help me out? They're like, no, can't see you because of their COVID rules. So couldn't see me, came here, took forever to get them to switch my PCM through childcare to a doctor here. And where we're at, there's like nothing around. You got your base community, and then off base, you got a Walmart, a Dollar Tree, PetSmart. Everything else is 30 to 40 minutes away. And there's one doctor's office / urgent care, which is where they decided my PCM would be. So have to wait forever to get an appointment with them. Got the appointment. They put in a referral for one OBGYN, and that OBGYN was like, not gonna see you, you didn't get that 20-week anatomy scan. Okay, now the search begins for OBGYN. Finally got one, saw him for the first time today. He is not a nice guy at all, but it's the only one that accepted me, so I got to just stick it through. I'm 31 weeks pregnant right now, so I won't be seeing him too much longer. At least I know the hospital I'll be delivering in. It's an hour away though. So that's one thing to get used to. Whenever I did live in Illinois, there was a hospital and my doctor was about 11 minutes away. So that wasn't a problem at all. It was actually really nice, and I loved the hospital, and then they're like, oh yeah, you're moving, so and then even when I lived in Pittsburgh, that's where my son was born, the hospital was maybe 20 minutes away. And I guess it's just something to get used to. Another thing that's been a big struggle for me is finding employment. Again, one of the reasons is my husband's schedule kept changing. I actually had a job that I was going to work in the mornings whenever he was on the 4 p.m. to 12 a.m. Schooling, which was perfectly fine. He'd come home, go to bed, wake up at 8 or 9, and things were fine. I'd be at work, he'd be able to take care of our son. Now, if I worked that job, he wouldn't get any sleep because he'd have to take care of our son. So I wasn't able to continue with that job. I've been trying to find remote jobs, but that's been a struggle only because most of them, whenever I do say, yeah, I'm 31 weeks pregnant, they're like, I kind of don't want to train you to go on maternity leave, then to come back. So that's a struggle. Along with me having to, actually I was in school in Pennsylvania to become an RN, and I loved that. I was so close to graduation, and that's when we moved to Illinois. and I settled for something I could do online, which was psychology. So I'm not too thrilled about getting my psychology degree, but it's impossible to literally get your RN online. So that's what I had to settle with, because I was told never give up getting a degree. So still getting a degree, just not necessarily in what I want it to be. I did have a remote job in Illinois as well, which was with PNC Bank. I loved it, but the constant moving, we told them that we were going to be moving here. I need some time off, but they weren't able to grant me that time off. So bye-bye job. And now I'm here, just hoping for the best. Maybe one of these remote jobs will pick me up and I'll be so thankful. Maybe not. Maybe after I have the baby I'll have some better luck, but we'll see where to go from here. Maybe I'll have to wait till we move to Mississippi. Never know. I guess those are the main struggles that I could think of right now. I'm just doing this off memory. Don't have anything written down. So again, making friends, just the employment aspect of it. Also, I could totally put my son in daycare to work, and getting daycare like on base, they are full for a long time. And if I got him daycare off a base, the price, I'd go to work to give daycare all the money. So it's like, what do you do? So that's another struggle. And then moving around, there's quite a few aspects that not everybody thinks of whenever they are becoming a spouse. And I mean, there was even times in the beginning that I questioned. I was like, do I really want to stay in this relationship? Do I want to live this life? I don't think many people necessarily want to live this life. I mean, it's not horrible, but those things I described, those just some of the daily struggles that I go through. But it's either live your life without the person that you're with, or adapt to the lifestyle. And obviously I chose my husband, and I'm adapting. I'm trying to make do, and it's just life. I'm sure there will be a part two, because again, I'm even thinking of things right now, and yeah. So I hope you all enjoyed. If you have any questions about the military lifestyle or anything, just need a friend to talk to, here I am. Definitely you could reach out. Anyone can. And I hope you all have a great day. I am filming this at night because my son just went to bed. It's about 11:30. So yeah, because you're pretty much, like my position right now, you're pretty much a single parent. So my YouTube videos either need to be filmed when he's asleep or with him in them. And I know that a lot of people don't like that distraction, but I still wanted to come on here and make this video, just put some awareness out there. And like I said, I hope you all have a great night. Reach out if you need anything, and I will see you in my next video.